Hi, everyone. I'm Alan Janae, the CBS 4 newsroom. We are watching breaking news this hour on CBSDenver.com. And Christopher Watts booked into the Weld County Jail this morning, now facing charges for the deaths of his wife and 2 children. That's 3 counts of first-degree murder and 3 counts of tampering with evidence. Police have been looking for Shanann Watts and her 2 daughters, 4-year-old Bella and 3-year-old Celeste, since they were reported missing on Monday. Police now fear the worst. So we're going to take you live to a news conference starting at the Frederick Courthouse. And this is this morning what's happening there. We're going to get an update now on the case. Let's listen in.
District Attorney Michael Rourke. Colorado Bureau of Investigation Director John Camper, Federal Bureau of Investigation Special Agent in Charge Calvin Shivers, and thank you all again. To give you some background, the Frederick Police Department received a missing person call just before 2 p.m. on Monday, August 23, 2018. Our agency launched an investigation conducting interviews, neighborhood canvasses, in an effort to locate Shanann and her 2 girls, Bella and Celeste. We also contacted the FBI and the CBI to assist in this case. In addition to providing investigative agents and crime scene responders, a missing endangered alert was announced on Tuesday afternoon. Frederick PD conducted additional canvasses where flyers featuring Shanann, Celeste, and Bella were distributed throughout the community. Finally, in the late hours of Wednesday evening, the husband, Chris Watts, was taken into custody and was transported to the Weld County Jail just after 11:30 p.m. last night. He is currently scheduled for a bond hearing later today. Now, we will take questions later today, or later after the interview. However, I would like to turn it over to Chief Norris for a brief statement, please.
Thank you, Ian. I would just like to say our hearts and our prayers go out to the families of this tragedy. I also want to acknowledge the overwhelming support that I have personally received from our community. I truly, truly appreciate that. I also want to say thank you to the local and state and federal agencies that the gentleman behind me that has helped us with this investigation. I will now turn it over to the DA, Michael York. Thank you.
Good morning. Thank you for being here. My name is Michael Rourke. I'm the Weld County District Attorney. And I hope that you all understand this investigation is still ongoing. We are at the very preliminary stages of this investigation, and so as a result of that, we're going to be constrained in the types of questions that we can answer, and I hope that you all understand that at this point. I wanted to address the process and the procedure that's going to occur from this point forward. After the suspect was arrested last night, this case has been formally referred to my office for determination of the appropriate formal charges that will be filed against the suspect. As Sergeant Albert indicated, the suspect has a bond hearing this afternoon at 2:30 in Division 5 at the Weld County Courthouse. Following that, we will be given a deadline by which we need to file formal charges. That will be sometime Monday afternoon, and we will make a determination on charges between now and then. That determination will be based upon the information that we have at this point. As a result of the cooperation by Frederick Police Department, by the Colorado Bureau of Investigation, and by the Federal Bureau of Investigation. I truly want to thank all of those partners for their efforts. I'm going to turn it over to the CBI Director for a few comments, and like I said, we will answer questions at the end, but please understand 2 things. Number 1, the suspect at this point is presumed innocent until otherwise proven guilty in a court of law. And number 2, I'm constrained ethically as to what I can say, what I can answer at this point. Director?
Thanks. Sure. Hi, I'm John Camper, Director of the Colorado Bureau of Investigation. We join with Chief Norris, the Frederick PD, and really the entire town of Frederick in expressing our sorrow for the loss of Shanann Watts, Bella, and Celeste. This is absolutely the worst possible outcome that any of us could imagine. And I think our hearts are broken for the town of Frederick as much as anybody's. As you probably know, the Colorado Bureau of Investigation is primarily a by-request agency, and the Frederick PD did reach out to us. We were honored to assist with both investigative services and forensic resources as well, and that's primarily been our role with that. We've had at least 15 to 20 investigators as well as forensic team members active on this case for the last several days. As horrible as this outcome is, our role now is to do everything that we can to determine exactly what occurred and assist in filing a thorough case with the 19th Judicial District. I, too, don't anticipate being able to answer much in the way of additional questions very thoroughly, especially in the coming days. We'll probably refer you more to the DA's office in the upcoming days, but we'll do what we can in the meantime. And then I, too, want to note that the cooperation that occurred and the collaboration that occurred in this case was textbook. The Frederick PD has just been outstanding to work with, an extremely impressive job of investigating this case, along with the resources of the FBI and the collaboration with CBI has been outstanding. And I also might add that the collaboration and cooperation by Anadarko, which, as you know, is somewhat involved in this as well, has also been outstanding. They've been nothing but cooperative in helping us with this investigation as well. So with that, let me turn it over to Special Agent in Charge, Mr. Shivers.
Good morning. My name is Calvin Shivers. I'm the Special Agent in Charge for the FBI's Denver Division. And I also would like to express my condolences to the families and to the victims of the families for their loss. The FBI supported this investigation from day one, and as Director Camper just mentioned, this was a great example of the law enforcement community coming together. Unfortunately, it was not the outcome that we were looking for, but again, the support of all the state, local, and federal partners is critical to making our community safe. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Kelvin. Like I said yesterday, we will not jeopardize any part of this investigation. However, today we will take some questions, but no details will be released that will jeopardize anything. Okay. Sir.
Yeah, Jace Larson with Channel 7 here. Have you been able to recover the bodies?
Oh, please.
At this point, we have been able to recover a body that we're quite certain is Shanann Watts' body. We have strong reason to believe that we know where the bodies of the children are, and recovery efforts are in process on that.
And you mentioned Anadarko. Is it fair to say that these were recovered on Anadarko property?
Yes, that's correct. Yes.
Has he given you any indication, and we know, and I have reported that you guys have spoken with him, has he given you any indication as to why he might have allegedly committed these crimes?
And that part, Jace, we just can't get into any comments that may or may not have been made by an individual in an interview. That really would jeopardize.
Has he been cooperative with you?
So, and I can't even give you an assessment of that. I apologize.
Do you believe that there could be anyone else involved in this, helping with the bodies, or any indication that there could be additional people or suspects?
We have an awful lot of people that we still need to talk to. As you can imagine, an investigation like this, it's complex. We talk to anyone and everyone that, no matter how loosely related to this it might be, and so we've got a lot of folks that we need to talk to. In terms of, I think it's safe to say that in terms of any danger to the community or anything like that, we're not concerned about that at all. And so I'll leave it at that.
Generally speaking, what would you say led the case to Mr. Watts? Was it statements by him or the discovery of the bodies?
It would be a totality of the circumstances, a full police investigation. Regarding any more details than that, I will not give out.
Do you know when they were killed, more or less?
That I do not have at my disposal.
And just to elaborate a little bit on that, any sense if he killed them all at the same time? Did he kill the kids over the weekend and get his wife at the end? Can you just tell us a little bit more about that?
That would be one of the many details that we are not able to discuss at this time. As I said before, the case is still ongoing. Investigation is still continuing.
Is there a timeline between when Mr. Watts was arrested and when the body of Shanann was recovered? Can you give us some detail on the timeline?
I don't want to test anything that I'm not either certain about myself or that would jeopardize the case in the matter.
The victim's family on social media said that he confessed to the murders. Can you confirm that?
Again, that would be a detail that I would not be able to disclose at this time.
Can you talk personally about the toll this case has taken on the town of Frederick, on your officers, on the team?
Absolutely. That is a question I can't answer, and it's been earth-shattering. Our small department, 20-plus officers, we've been working around the clock on this, and it's something that we've been working with the community, with the command staff, with the town of Frederick themselves, obviously the media, you find people, and it's been nonstop. And I don't want to say there's no end in sight, but it's certainly ongoing.
Can you talk about, I know that the family is located on the East Coast, mainly for Shanann, just kind of bringing them here and kind of how you guys are working with the family?
Out of respect to the family, I don't want to disclose anything about their personal lives. Thank you, though.
Mr. Rourke, any idea on when information on this case will be unsealed?
The affidavit of, in support of warrantless arrest was sealed last night at our request by a district court judge. We did so that we could finish up a few of the investigative steps. My anticipation is that on or about Monday, when we make a filing decision, my hope will be that we can ask the court to unseal that information and make it a public record at that point in time.
And the last person that said that they saw Shanann was Chris. He talked to us. He said he was the last person that saw her at 5 a.m. Is there anybody else that you guys know of that just talked, or the last place or time that she was physically seen by somebody other than the suspect?
Again, I think it's safe to say that that's, all part of developing a timeline in a case like this, of many, many people to talk to. And so anything that you hear like that, certainly things that we check into, but then we also try to verify and talk to others and really complete that timeline as best we can.
When Richard got back from a business trip, have you guys worked at the airport at all to get tickets, surveillance video, anything like that?
Yeah, so again, it'd be one of those details that I just don't want to disclose. Let's take about 2 more questions, guys. Okay.
Shannon's body was found at the property man in Arco, but is there any reason to believe that she was killed elsewhere, just dropped off there?
We can disclose that her body has been located. However, I can't say anything further than that.
Since you can talk about the manner of death, that's something that does get released. Can you share that with us?
Manner of death would be undetermined at this time. We don't want to speculate anything or rule anything out. I think that's enough for today, guys, and I thank you all for coming. Again, I'd like to thank all the agencies in charge that helped us out, and a good day to you all. Thank you.
Frederick Police Department there, along with investigators from the state, even the federal government, leaving as they wrap up a news conference. This is really the first information that we've heard officially from authorities in a news conference since this move was made to arrest the husband of Shanann Watts and her 2 children, Bella, 3, Celeste, 4 years old. All of them believed dead by detectives right now, and they are holding Christopher Watts, 33 years old, in the Weld County Jail as they try to figure out what happened here. This is the mugshot that came out this morning after the arrest was made last night. They say that he did confess. That was conveyed to us by the family of Shanann Watts. Authorities this morning not wanting to reveal their hand in their investigation, how they found out, what they found out, how they know. But they did say that they have found the body of what they believe is that of Shanann Watts. They say they do believe they know where the children are. Recovery efforts are in progress, but they did not share in that news conference there where the body of the mother was found, nor where they believe the bodies of the children may be. An incredible tragedy in this lovely home in Frederick, and they have these beautiful pictures that we've seen of the family. We're looking at some of the video of evidence being removed from that home, and we've seen that over the past couple of days here, authorities working inside that home. And it was yesterday, apparently, when this break came through, and the information that just really is shocking all of Colorado right now. This mother and 2 beautiful children apparently killed at the hands of the husband. Now, there are no formal charges filed yet. Let me explain to you how that works, because there's been some some mistakes in reporting that I've seen around some news stations this morning. He's not charged yet. You're not charged until you go to court and those charges are brought against you, but you can be arrested in suspicion of. And so he is currently in jail. 3 counts of first-degree murder, 3 counts of tampering with evidence are potentially what Christopher Watts will face. There will be a bond hearing this afternoon. That will occur at 2:30. And then the district attorney, Rourke, as you said, has until probably Monday, the date will be set by the court this afternoon, until Monday, to make a decision on charging. So that's what we will see. So wrapping up this news conference, we now know, we have confirmed, of course, the worst of it from authorities today with this announcement of the arrest of Christopher Watts. And they do believe that the children are dead along with the mother. The body of the mother, they believe, almost certainly recovered. They did recover a body they believe is that of Shanann Watts. We'll bring you the very latest on CBS 4 News at noon, and of course this evening on CBS 4 News at 5, 6, and 10 tonight. And you can always on, of course, at cbsdenver.com. I'm Alan Janae in the newsroom. We'll leave it for now.